not a service, a condition. So 68%, but they also accrue damage, and you buy a little service crate, and that is depleted by servicing your vehicles. And you take your tractor there, and it's got 4 points of damage, it'll take you 24 hours. You proceed with that. That tractor's not available for 24 hours because you've stripped down parts of the engine to replace things that are worn out. But I'm using the one where you pay to reset the number of hours. You've got to wait at least 25 hours. So I could service this tractor now because it's over 25 hours old, or I can wait till it's closer to the 50. And it'll reset the aging hours back to 0 when I do that. But obviously that's a fixed cost, so it doesn't matter if I do it at 25 hours or 50 hours, it's going to cost me the same. So I want to leave the interval for as long as possible because it's quite a steep repair bill. But it does mean you can keep your vehicles for a lot longer. As opposed to, you look at my Zerion 3000, it's like, oh, I've got to buy a new one. Buying used equipment becomes questionable when you factor in how many hours they've got. So if we go to our used equipment, wasn't there a nice big tractor? Oh yes, look, it's got 4.2 hours. You know what? 41% off. That's not bad. And 8 months on it. This thing, 28.3 hours, 29 months. That's going to need a lot of repairs. It doesn't take long to get it. Oh look, a weeder. And then there was this one, 14.2. This truck, 11.2. I'm not usually worried about this sort of stuff. 22 hours is like, I fill it up with stuff, I take it places, and then I bring it home again. And also a repair bill on a piece of equipment isn't usually that significant. On tractors it can be, so if I leave it as long as possible, then it keeps the repair costs down. But if you find a tractor on there that's 48 hours and there isn't a mod to fix that, you're going to be repairing it after every single job in a field. And that's kind of a problem, I think. Should I do that top headland? I don't know. The problem is I'm going to have to drive over the field here. Yes, I am. I can't remember if I set it up to do 2 headlands or 1. Well, it is what it is. Let's just keep going. Now, reason I haven't built, I want to build the cow shed first to figure out how much space I've got up on that pasture there to see if there's enough room to put chickens. Rather than placing the chickens and then finding, well, actually there's no room for the cows. That would be a little bit unfortunate. We do need the cows. The problem, our seed is also below 70%. I don't know if that affects anything functionally. We've used about half the seed so far, so half the seed in the tank. Might need to refill, might not, but okay. So yes, last week's video I discovered that for some reason FarmSim19 had reset the graphics that I was playing. So the what's the word for it? It was basically out. The game was being played at 720p, and the stream was going out at 1080p. And what that results in is the game transmission stream size ran down there and across there and left you with a big black area on the outside of that circle. Or of that square. It took me a while to figure out that's what had happened. Railroader was playing at 1080. It was just FarmSim1922 that was playing at 720. So as soon as I changed the whatever it's called. What is it called? Display settings, display resolution. So as soon as I changed the game resolution back to 1080, we now get a full screen on Twitch and YouTube. So fix that problem. And I don't know why it was just FarmSim22 that got, the resolution got set to what it did. I really wasn't expecting to have to check all of that. Because, mostly I did go in and check the graphical settings, so is it playing in high or ultra or whatever, and obviously I've got a brand new graphics card which is capable of doing much more detail. I'm still limited to 1080 because of the monitor and 60 frames a second because of the monitor, so that doesn't get changed, but I can change the draw range and all of the other stuff, shadows, dust, to a higher quality, because the new graphics card has more processing power and can cope with more quality. When I get a new monitor, I will be able to adjust things like the quality, the resolution and the frame rates, which may require me to reduce the quality a little bit. I'm hoping it doesn't. So that's all something when I get the new monitor, and we're coming up to sale time, so there is the likelihood of me getting a new monitor sometime fairly soon, and yeah, at that point I'm going to have to change the resolution, the frames per second, and then refigure the quality so that we're not degrading the frames a second to at least below 60. Because at the end of the day, I think the stream only runs at about 60 and YouTube only runs about 60. So doing anything more detailed probably isn't going to have much effect on those. I do know, I watch some wargame simulation players, and when you have a flight sim, they'll sort of say, yes, over there I can see the dots of enemy aeroplanes, and it's like, yeah, at the 1440p or the 4K that you're playing, you can see those. At the 1080p that we're watching your stream on or video on, no, can't see a thing. Have no idea what you're seeing. So I will enjoy playing at 1440p even if you guys don't get to appreciate the additional detail that I'm benefiting from. Okay, well, the tractor's down to 65%, so turns out I was right to guess that we're probably going to use 15% of tractor condition up. Just working this field, whether it's subsoiler or seeder. Wow, struggle much? So hopefully I've done these headlands far enough out that this is really just two. Obviously some are a little bit further south. Anyway, this is a field of wheat, and I'm guessing if I skip through October 4, might do a little bit of stuff. Then November 1, we can get out here with the weeder and sprayer and get this field all done. And then cut the grass. We've got a lot of grass to cut. I didn't look. Let's put that there, that there. Turn on grass. All of my grass fields are ready to cut already. Dang. Okay. Turn off grass. Back. Okay, so our grass fields could be cut right now. Don't know if I want to do that. I think maybe we will leave it till November to cut the grass and hope the weather behaves itself. I mean, in theory, I've got fairly good weather today. Might have, it says it's going to rain tomorrow, but we might get through tomorrow as well. But it's already 12 something. trying to figure out where I got to here. I'm going to have to review the coverage map at the end of this just to make sure we got everything. And we are going to end up in this corner, which is maybe less than ideal. If I'd done it with courseplay, we'd have ended up at the top of the field here. Let's lift that up. See how close to that edge we can get this. Of course, if I was using courseplay, I'd end up with a rounded edge field, which I'd then paint off the corners for. Because I'm doing it manually, I'm squaring it out again. Which does mean, since I generally courseplay the harvester, I may end up with a little bit of a problem at the corners. Straightened up this time. Well, that grief. Okay. That'll be good enough. How's the seed? 51 litres. Oh dear. Well, I'm already down to 43, so we might not make this. If I'm lucky, I'll make it to the top corner. If I'm not, then no, I'm not. Oh well. And this is another one of the aggravation equipment pieces, which again, I like this. It's a nice model. And the thing with the horse aggravation stuff is it does tend to be very, very detailed. And done. Okay, lift that up, fold it up. Now we have to get back to the barn. So I think I'll run this into the shop. We'll get it fixed up. And get some seed into it. I really don't need that much, but I'll probably end up putting a full pallet just because. Oh, that was the other thing we've noticed. FS22, all the pallets of seed are the same cost. Oh, I didn't open the door. That one. There we go. So all the pallets of seed I think are 900. So you get 1,000 litres at 900, or you get 1,000 litres and that's 900 as well. But you also get, this is 900, but it's 1,050. So this is going to be the preferred seed purchase because it costs the same as the big bags, or the, what was the other thing? It's the big bags or the big bag pallets. but you've got 50 litres more. So, Okay, so the weight, we might as well fix it because we're here. This, next service advising 7 hours. So this has 42 hours on it, so it's wearing out quite quickly. This is 33 hours on it, but it's going to cost $8,159 to service it, and I think that's a fixed price. So whether I wait till it's 50 hours old or do it now, it's still going to cost that much. It is going to reduce, it's not going to reduce the repair bill, but it's going to reduce the frequency at which I have to repair things. So that's the difference. You can stay out for longer between repairs. And with the repairs, it does progressively cost more to fix a thing. So per percent. So it's, you don't want to leave things till they get to 0% because it will cost you an absolute fortune to fix it, compared with repairing it 10 times every time it gets to 90%. And I am struggling to get that reversed into that bay so we can get at the seed. All right. Okay. And we'll put 1,050 in there. Okay. So back to the field, we'll get it finished. I think we'll use the Lamborghini on the roller. Okay. Let's see how well that's planted so far. I think for the most part that's fairly well covered. That's going to take a little bit of work. Going to be a little bit of work around there too, but for the most part, I'm going to run across there, down there, and then run round and finish it off that side. That way we end up back here. So, this is another job nearly done. 1 o'clock in the afternoon already. I think because it's October, we started at 8 o'clock in the morning. So still, we got a lot done. We have a lot of money in the bank, which is another good thing. Into the corner, and off we go again. Now the one thing I have noticed with this is it does, because it's a direct drill, it's doing cultivating, effectively it's pre-cultivating and then planting or seeding. And the issue with doing that is, okay, I'm going to have to review that. No, don't do that. There. That. I think that looks okay. Is you'll see where I lift it up, there is a small strip of cultivated ground in front of what's seeded, which isn't necessarily ideal. So if I can keep this on the ground all the time and lift it when I leave the field, after I've left the field, I won't get that you didn't plant a thing here. So I'm just going to run around this and effectively reseed it all. It won't reseed because we're all good. We're planting the same thing, so the seed rate, the seed usage is not depleting. And I don't know whether that's a texture thing or whether it's an actual thing. I think it's less likely to be an actual thing because we're planting wheat over wheat, so it's not using up any seed here. If I changed it to plant barley, it would be using up the seed to replace the wheat with barley, but because it's a direct drill, it's ripping up the barley because it kind of cultivates. The effect of cultivating the ground is a thing.